Because I'm carrying something that you will never even understand. Please don't take my kindness for weakness. Because when I turn the other cheek, it's not that I'm scared to fight you. I've got instructions from on high on how to live this life. And when I grant you grace, glory to God. What goes around comes around. You reap what you sow. You get what you give. It's when I grant you grace. When I need grace, it's available. I'm so glad to serve a God that was able to take this journey for me. I'm so glad. But it's amazing. As I close, he gets to the end of this journey. He gets into town. That's just where he was trying to go. And as he stops and people are cheering and they're waving the palms, like, hallelujah! Hosanna! And they're waving the palms, which was a sign of, we acknowledge your royalty. That was a sign. So it upset some people. Because he wasn't an earthly king that they had received. He wasn't even a heavenly king that most of them had received. So the Bible says, the Pharisees went up to Jesus and said, among the crowd, in the middle of the parade, Brother Donald said, Jesus, all these people out here treating you like a king, tell them to stop. Because you know you're not a king. And Jesus said, if I stop them, you still gonna have a problem. Because if I don't let them praise me, well, why they gotta praise you? Because the Bible declares, let everything that have breath praise ye the Lord. But if I stop what has breath from praising me, the rocks, the very stones that you're walking on, they gotta praise too. Glory to God. I might have been walked on, but I still got it. He said, there's so much life in me, they can't help but to praise. And if they don't praise me, the rocks will cry out. But what's the significance of this? Jesus was doing what mattered. There comes a time in your life where you got to shift to what matters and quit being foolish. Quit doing craziness. Quit making decisions that keep putting you in the same hole. The disciples didn't even understand what was going on. Jesus said, look, I got to go to Jerusalem. But then we find, I believe it's in Luke 16, where he says, don't go. They said, don't go, Jesus, because they're going to kill you. They had already made a deal. The priests and the Pharisees had made a deal. Next time we see him, we're going to kill him. And they said, if anybody, they said, call the people together, and if they tell you where he is, let's go arrest him. And Jesus said, they ain't got to come looking for me. I'm going to the holy place. Oh, glory. There's nothing you can do to keep me away from the holy place. Yes, amen. I'm not afraid of what you do to me on my journey to the holy place. Because what they misunderstood was it was his purpose for them to misuse him for a time. I want to minister to somebody in here because it seems like everything and everybody is against you. And I want to let you know today, it's not even personal. It's only for a time. Because Jesus said, he was trying to help them understand, if I be lifted up, that's the best thing for me that can happen. And it's the worst thing for them that can happen. Touch not mine anointed. And do my prophet no harm. Why? Because all things work together for the good. If you lie on me, you better watch out, because God's going to make it work for my good. If you steal from me, if you hurt me, if you scandalize my name, if you misuse me, watch out. Because no weapon formed against me shall prosper. It won't prosper, but it will promote. Meaning that it won't do what you sent it to do, but God will take it and make it work for my good. My Lord. Church, I want you to make up your mind to make moves that matter. We got to evaluate some of the things we do and say, what does it matter? What does it matter? Is it going to get me closer to where I'm going? Or is that part of what's helping me stay like I am? And it's too many people that have gained ground and stopped. It would be just like a NASCAR driver that's running a 500-lap race, get to 250 and said, good, because I only made 200 last time, I'm at 250. I'm going to leave the car right here, I'm going to get out, and you're going to get run over and killed on the racetrack. Because you weren't designed, this will help somebody, you weren't designed to quit in the middle. You were not designed to quit in the middle. I'm going to sit down after, or I'm going to stop. I probably ain't going to sit down, but I'm going to stop after this. I want you to understand, because when you're in the middle and you get damaged, that's why the Lord told us in his word, I'm a wheel in the middle of a wheel. So when you want to quit in the middle, I'm there still making everything turn. I'm there still, and as long as it's turning, we're gaining ground. We're making progress. Because when you sink to the middle, God said, that's where I got you. And he said, I can push it back out so you can keep on doing what matters. Jesus had to go. We had to have Palm Sunday before we could have Good Friday. We had to have Good Friday before we could have Resurrection Sunday. We had to have Resurrection Sunday before we could have a day of Pentecost. We had to have a day of Pentecost before we could have a church. And we had to have a church before we could have a word to get back home. Because how shall they hear without a preacher? How shall they preach except they've been sent? Church, make moves that matter and watch how your life changes.